Bye. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Silent Night. It is a tradition of many years here at LaSalle College High School where the student section comes dressed in costume. They are wall-to-wall packed here at LaSalle High School, and it's often for one of those biggest games of the season. I don't think there's any doubt that this is the biggest game of the season thus far. Matt Paul is with me, Bob Long. We have Keith Binsfeld on the camera. Alex Shevchuk is in the stands on the other side. He's got the Rovi cam here tonight. He's dressed as a robber. There he is, looking good. He can't talk quite yet until that 10th point is scored. So we'll bring you now to a wider view. Thank you, Alex. And Matt, let's hear from you. When you think about this contest, you think about these two teams, and you think about the playoff implications, what comes to mind?
Well, on the precipice of the Eagles Super Bowl, this game reminds me of what Hugh Douglas once said. It's do or die, man. Big game for the Explorers, must win at home. Same is true for the Vikings coming over from Warminster, Pennsylvania. This is going to be a dandy.
Very, very excited for this one, folks. It is a sold-out crowd. We will have a live rendition of the national anthem, and then we'll have one of the best games of the year in the Philadelphia Catholic League. Archbishop Wood, coached by John Moscow, has done a great job with this club, and Ryan Ansel in his second year with the program, looking to get the club to the playoffs for the first time in his short tenure. Chris Carabello is here. He is the public address announcer, and let's hear from him as we get ready for tip-off.
As fair and impartial. Thank you for your cooperation. At this time, we would ask that you please rise, remove your hats, and we remember that we are always and everywhere in the holy presence of God. O God, in your goodness, you gave the Church John Baptist de LaSalle as founder of a religious family devoted to teaching and the patron saint of education. Grant that all our athletes and fans may be able this day to follow his example of unflagging energy in pursuit of a goal, absolute loyalty to his brothers, and generosity to his opponents. As he founded the Christian schools to keep young people safe from harm and to develop the talents you gave them, grant that these young men who play today may do so free from injury and with an ever-growing respect for the gifts and strengths you have so richly blessed them with. St. John Baptist de LaSalle, live Jesus in our hearts. Please remain standing as we honor America, our men and women in the armed forces, and veterans of military service with the playing of our national anthem, performed and recorded by the LaSalle Concert Band.
A pretty cool moment here on Silent Night. Some things you just cannot script. Let's get this underway here, folks. The crowd is very loud right now. It won't be for long. They're going to sit down. They're going to be quiet until LaSalle scores the 10th point. It's a tradition that's been going on for longer than 10 years at this point. And at that 10th point, they will go nuts, and they will not sit for the rest of the contest. Matt Paul, it's a thrill to be here with you. And it's a thrill that a couple of our students, Alex Shevchuk and Pat Burkhead, are experiencing this in the student section for themselves.
As they should. This is quite a moment for the seniors in the stands, for the 4 seniors that they have in the lineup for LaSalle, starting with Julian McFadden, Will Bear, Cole Santiago, Nick Parisi, and Hayes Altamari. Standing room only. These kids were coming into the gym around 4:15 for a 6 o'clock early start. Starters for the Vikings. Some new faces for the Vikings this year as compared to last. Last year they played a great game on the road, the Explorers did. Questionable call late in the game with a corner foul.
Oh, come on now, Matt.
Joey O'Brien with the one-shoe dunk. Very, very exciting. I remember the game well. I know the coaches both do as well. LaSalle took them to the wire, which they were, maybe not supposed to in Coach Ansell's first year. But an outstanding game. The Explorers are playing with a lot of confidence. Had been in every game in the past 4 games. Haven't been able to close out a few close games. And on the other side, the Vikings, very confident bunch, just come off a big win against West Catholic, a team that LaSalle was up 6 points in the final minute and didn't close out the game. This is going to be an even matchup, and matchups will be the key.
Chris Carabello is the public address announcer. He introduces the starters for LaSalle. Nick Parisi introduced last. Hayes Altamare, Joey O'Brien, Will Bear, and Nick Neary, number 23. It's always a question every single year. Which of these guys, Matt, will be the one to score that 10th point, be etched into immortality? Will it be one of the 5 on the floor? Will it be a reserve at that point in the contest? Let's find out.
I'm going with a Joey O'Brien alley-oop from Nick Parisi.
Okay.
Mark it down.
Mark it down, folks. Archbishop Wood, coached by John Moscow, has been playing its best basketball at this point in the year. They can seal their playoff berth here tonight and even launch into a position where they're looking to host an early round playoff game in the Philadelphia Catholic League. Caleb Lundy on the ball. Brady McAdams will play good minutes. Brian Donahue as well. Mike Green gets the start as well as Jaden Jenkins. Jenkins is a terrific sophomore at 6'9". Parisi. Good look for Nick Neary, who is too strong off the window. Inside they go for Neary. Good finish. And LaSalle is on the board first.
Assist to Hayes Altamari, who leads the team in assists. Way to stay with it for Nick Neary after a missed shot in the paint.
And we're going to keep switching around these views. That's Alex Shevchuk and his guys in the student section there. They are silent. They will be ready to go. That 3 is good from the outside. Caleb Lundy. He is a sophomore, no relation, by the way, to Seth Lundy, who played terrific basketball at Roman Catholic, Penn State, and then the NBA. But boy, he shows some flashes, does he not?
Transfer from Lenape High School in South Jersey. Wide open, top of the key 3.
Archbishop Wood in that man-to-man. Neary probing. I beg your pardon, that's Parisi as Neary went for the defensive carom. Open 3, McAdams, not that time. Bear, who's been playing really good minutes for LaSalle, brings it down.
Both teams will take a lot of three-pointers here.
O'Brien drives baseline and just got himself tied up underneath the basket. Jenkins with the carom. Good hands by Hayes Altamare.
Tempo will be a key to success here for both teams. Vikings like to play a little more up-tempo. LaSalle has played and been successful that way, not recently. The game for the Explorers should be in the low 60s, high 50s for a chance of victory.
Lundy. Good look for McAdams, and he's 0 for 2 from beyond the arc.
Good look, another three-pointer to start the contest for the Vikings.
One of the best types of night in Philadelphia Catholic League play is Neary. Stepped on the baseline. Good defense there by Archbishop Wood.
Jenkins might have gotten away with a foul. I like the attack early on in the game by Nick Neary.
I don't know if it was Jenkins. It was certainly the on-ball defender, Mike Green, that would have been the closest to it. Again, another look from the student section there. That's Alex Shevchuk with a look towards the floor as to what they are seeing and experiencing in real time. And the basket has a lid on it for both teams thus far. Parisi, again, they're going to let him play here tonight. Mike Green, no, again, Parisi up ahead of the defense. Green the only one there, and he couldn't finish. Parisi got a good look at it. Altamare, not that time.
Couple more three-pointers for both teams. Neither is shy about throwing it up there early on in offense.
O'Brien this time, yes. And Joey O'Brien puts the 5th point on the board for LaSalle as we anxiously await, and those all over this stadium anxiously await the 10th point.
Are there any football coaches dressed in the stands over there, Bob?
Yeah, perhaps dressed as an Oregon Duck or a Penn State Nittany Lion.
Tough shot there by Jaden Jenkins. 6'9", taking that perimeter J.
I got that as a kick ball, but nonetheless, it's going to stay here with LaSalle.
It's good to see Joey shooting the ball. He's been more passive recently ever since Grayson McHugh has gone out of the lineup. He's been more of a distributor for the Explorers.
That one I know is a kick and into the 5th row, caught by the hot dog, or maybe that's a slice of bacon over there, Matt. I don't know.
That's bacon. I know bacon. These kids are having fun, even though they're quiet at the moment. They can't wait for the 10th point.
Bursting at the seams. A terrific night for LaSalle in so many ways. Maybe the best student section on any particular night in the Catholic League.
And Brother James is here in the corner.
President of the school has done an unbelievable job with this school over the years. O'Brien, he's hit one from beyond the arc. LaSalle patient in this half-court set. Good footwork there by Will Bear. And a good decision to get back into the offense. A lot of contact. Jenkins touched it last, and it will stay here. And I think Jenkins was clean up top. I'm talking about off this ball screen. I think Brady McAdams certainly grabs Nick Parisi there, and that's the reason LaSalle wanted the call, not necessarily on the shot attempt.
I like the patience of the Explorers. There's no reason to go fast when you can methodically break down the defense.
We know how much Archbishop Wood likes to run. Joey O'Brien, too strong. McAdams comes down with it and will lead the break. With Joey O'Brien behind the play, he lost his footing, and it's a travel. I actually didn't see a call by either official. That's Daryl Sterling, the official on the near side, by us, one of the most experienced officials in the Philadelphia Catholic League. That one might have been like the first baseman, first base umpire when guy's out by about 6 steps. Do you even need to make that call?
Good communication by the refs. Got the call right.
Will Bear, he's going to attack. And O'Brien comes down with it, and he glides his way to the hoop.
Joey O looking like Dr. J going to the basket. Last possession, Joey got himself a little bit out of control. That one, very smooth, right in front of the rim. Explorers at 7 points.
How about those nonverbal cues by our guy, Alex Shevchuk? 3 points away. 7-3. Is this the one? O'Brien wanted it bad, didn't he? Who's it going to be? A lot of seniors out there, some experience with Joey O'Brien and a newcomer in Nick Neary. Will it be Will Bear? And there they go in the student section. Look at that melee.
Of all guys, Willie Teddy Bear.
And LaSalle's got numbers the other way. Archbishop Wood did a nice job getting back. Offensive rebound by Nick Neary. Thought he was hit. Parisi travels. Oh, boy. Daryl Sterling in there on the call on the baseline.
Darryl must have had a different view from this point. I don't know how Nick falls down without getting bumped a little bit there, but obviously not enough to make a call. Will Bear with the 3 to put him at the 10 spot.
Get one more here on this replay if we can get there. And we're going to have to go back to live action here. As Archbishop Wood goes to the bench, Malachi Warren, the sophomore, checks in for the first time. Got a whistle and a stoppage in play with 1:42 to play in the first quarter. This is always the question as we get a look at Alex Shevchuk. First off, let's go to you, Alex. How are we feeling over there in the student section right now? Alex, I don't know if you can hear us or not. Your mic might be off, partner. Try that, see if that mic is on or off. We'll come back to you, but we appreciate the images coming from the student section right now.
Simple dribble handoff, weave, looking for somebody to overplay for a backdoor cut here.
Yeah, but LaSalle is staying put. Warren has the basketball deep beyond the three-point line.
Now they're pick and roll action, which is what they go to most often.
Open 3 for Warren, yes. A silencer from the sophomore off the bench.
Not an easy shot having come into the game without having played the first 6 minutes.
And now we can start to settle in. Out to Mare for 3, yes. And it's a 13-6 game for LaSalle.
The corner 3 for Hayes Altamari.
Green, it's a good catch of the basketball to spin away.
Credit the skip pass to Nick Neary.
35 seconds left, and could it be that Archbishop Wood holds for the final shot? Lundy, boy, there's just a lot of contact on both sides. They are letting them play. Blocking foul is called. And I think Dan Comas there kind of fooled the student section. And now this, look at this. LaSalle is, and both officials had that as a charge. Now we got a problem where Dan Comas very late called that as a block, and that's going to be a big time issue here. You got to communicate a lot better than that, and LaSalle has every right to be infuriated. And look at him. Alex Shevchuk can't believe it. We don't have your mic. Maybe that's for the best after a call like that, Alex.
That's Dan Comas' call. He's right in front of it. He's watching the defender's feet. Hayes Altamari is an expert at taking charges. Tough call. Everybody in the gym thought it was a charge except for Dan Comas, but he had the right view.
You know what? I don't know that it wasn't a block. I don't think that's my issue. It's the motion. He was trying to say, hey, it counted and one, but he never made the block signal. So saying the count it made it look like he was calling a charge. Joey O'Brien, and he's counting it again. And Comas is the least liked person in Winmore, Pennsylvania right now. And a bench warning is called against Ryan Ansell. I think he grabbed the basketball is what happened there. Our guy Dan's got a long 24 minutes to go here tonight.
Explorers got a next play this.
I'm telling you right now, Matt, just to be abundantly clear, good officiating crew. It's Dan's 5th year. Darryl's been doing this forever. They put a good crew here tonight because you got one game and one game only, right? Tomorrow you got 6 games going in the Catholic League. So you got to put 6 different crews on. So you got a good crew. Make no mistake about it. Let's call it what it is. But that's a tough couple of calls against LaSalle.
Tough couple of calls. Joey O'Brien, great defensive play. It is what it is. You got to move on.
Oh, my goodness. And that's an intentional foul. And I got to tell you, I don't agree with that one either. But the only thing I can say is that done to de-escalate the situation that just happened underneath the basket? That's a common foul, Matt.
It could have been a jump ball from this vantage point and a bench warning for the Vikings. Things are heating up. The pizza sitting next to you from Gentili's is cooling off, but things are heating up around here.
That's right. We'll get to that. We had a lot going on here pregame. Could not get to our pizza review, but that's going to be a halftime special for us.
I haven't eaten all day, Bob.
You were counting on that.
I was counting on the 5:45
p.m.
slice. Now I'm going to eat 2 at halftime. Thanks to our buddy Tony Altamari, father of Hayes, with his brand new shop out in Exton, PA. Once we started advertising, he's now voted top on the main line pizza. Did you know that,
right.
Bob?
I did not know that, and I'm also not going to take any credit. I appreciate what you're saying, but I don't think so. Tony Altamare has the best pizza and cheesesteaks in town.
Good man, Tony.
So now, go back to the point of stoppage where LaSalle had the basketball. O'Brien, it's a pretty good-looking play, but it's blocked by Jaden Jenkins. This is good if it goes, and it caught the rim. What a ball game here, folks. We're going to take a break and come back in just a minute here on Bob Long Sports. Silent Night is over. Loud, energetic for 24 minutes.
More people are choosing Faulkner Infiniti of Willow Grove for the outstanding customer service and the extraordinary selection of Infiniti vehicles. Like the all-new 2025 QX80, it's unlike any luxury SUV you've ever experienced. With an all-new design and groundbreaking technology, the Infiniti QX80 has set a new standard in its class. Come experience the QX80 and the entire Infiniti lineup at Faulkner Infiniti of Willow Grove. To be sure.
Next Play Basketball is an AAU program in the greater Philadelphia area. They offer camps, clinics, and private training for boys and girls, 3rd to 11th graders. They teach the next play mentality to help athletes have success on and off the court. Next Play coaches focus on each player's development through high-level coaching and a competitive environment. If you would like to join the Next Play family, go to nextplaybasketball.com for more information. They are hosting spring tryouts on January 11th. We got Alex Shevchuk with us here. Alex, what is the feeling like? Tell us what's going on in the student section right now.
I mean, Bob, if you can see over here, it is very, very crowded and very hot. But what I can tell you, it is electric. Let's go! Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
They're fired up, folks. They're fired up. Let's get back to live action here.
Explorers in his zone here. Expect them to stay like this. Joey O'Brien forcing passes over and back.
Here's Lundy with the basketball. He's so good driving and distributing. Jaden Jenkins rocks it.
The Explorers can't try to trap in the middle of the court. Opens up lanes, forces help defense. Now you're playing 4-on-3.
Nick Neary got the basketball in his hands. Will Bear with his back to the basket. Good movement off the basketball, but they're not spaced all that well. It's a good back cut there by Neary. Joey O'Brien, not that time. Will Bear got a hand on it. And whose basketball? It's LaSalle's ball. The development of Will Bear has been unbelievable late in this season here, Matt.
Opportunity knocked, and he opened the door. Credit the senior for being ready. Grayson McHugh out. Big loss. Will Bear has filled his shoes nicely.
Back to live action, and LaSalle's going to get an opportunity to go to the line. Now, I guess they called that not in the act of shooting, so it will be underneath the basket.
Credit Neary for keeping the possession alive. That's 2 in a row for the Explorers. Big momentum back in favor of the Explorers. Uncle Mo back on the bench.
A reminder of what you're seeing when we do go to those views of the student section in the bottom left corner there. That's our buddy Alex Shevchuk, multi-year broadcaster with us, experiencing tonight in the student section with the vaunted Rovey cam, which is going to live on forever. Danny Rovey went and did this 2 years ago and last year. Took a camera, took a microphone We love our buddy Danny, and it's been a great tradition here as hopefully he watched from Syracuse, New York. Parisi all the way, and that is a grab of the wrist. I mean, clearly a grab of the wrist that nobody had the right window to see there, Matt.
From here, it's easier to see, Bob, as you know, the perch that we sit on.
Yeah.
I like the drive by Nick Parisi coming out of the game. In the game, Braden Erfel shoots open threes, had 8 points in the last contest. Look for the Vikings to run basic offense to get into easy looks for their big guy, Jenkins. Sizable advantage at the box.
And McAdams is fouled. Easy call. He will go to the line for 2, although I say easy call. That's got to be tripped to the floor to head to the line here tonight.
It's inadvertent. You know, Joey is just trying to play defense, trying to get in front of his man. Floor foul. Not a whole lot of fouls here in the first quarter and just the first here in the second quarter.
Oh, so he was not in the act of shooting. Learning a lot here today as McAdams couldn't hit it. Erfel comes with the basketball. Altamare. Erfel open for 3. Yes! And when he gets going, that's like a layup for him.
Slot spot. Give credit to Max Okabata. Could have taken a shot off the bench. Found a better shot. Coaches love that.
Okabata first on the floor. Erfel comes down with it. Get into the offense here if you're LaSalle. It's a great look for Okabata. And it's tapped out by Nick Neary.
Just the bull on the boards. Love his energy.
Yeah, and that's a tough one there. McAdams knew it. He wasn't trying to come in and undercut him. He's just going for the ball. But that's one where you have to give Okabata a chance to land. It's a good call by this crew here.
And foul trouble for McAdams, the second leading scorer in the PCL, now with 2. Classically will come out of the game as most coaches will take out players in the first half with 2 fouls.
Silent night here, folks. Good look at that student section right now in the bottom left-hand corner as we keep you in live action. Alex Shevchuk, our senior broadcasting student with us. Our thoughts are with Oliver Gomez as well. Couldn't be with us here tonight, having a terrific experience at Kairos.
Confidence is high for Brady Erfel. Good look, a little bit deep in the possession to take that kind of shot. The Explorers would be better served to move the ball, take their time, make the Vikings play defense. Coach Moscow pretty quiet here on the bench.
Mike Green, he's really good from beyond the arc. That's a good skip pass there, Matt, to put LaSalle's defense in a tough spot.
You want to beat a zone, look opposite box, look to skip the ball. Great choice by Mike Green. Prefers to go left, but the great shot fake, one hard dribble, jump shot.
Of course, that's Mike Green, our buddy Mike Breen, calling NBA games.
I was thinking about Mike Breen earlier as I was preparing for the game.
Contact, and he almost knocked it in, did Nick Neary. Love what he can do. I keep saying he's playing inverted, and he is, but man, I just think he's more comfortable down there at times. He's really comfortable running the offense too, but I think this is where he likes to live, Matt.
Not only that, it's where he's most effective for the team. You know, he's been thrust into the point guard role this year after playing, again, freshman basketball last year. Really like what he does, and he makes free throws. He makes free throws, so getting him to the free throw line puts your offense at a distinct advantage, and now you can set up your press and possibly even sub.
4:21 to play, second quarter. Full court pressure. The lob for Jenkins. How athletic is he just to keep that in bounds? How athletic is that guy pulling it down? Neary. O'Brien puts it in. And it's a good thing he didn't hang there, Matt, because basket interference would have been the call if he had hung for any longer, as that ball was assisted down the rim.
Good eye, Bob. That's great energy by Joey O. He's a little fatigued at this point, but that's great energy to follow the layup. Always follow it in.
Pass was a little low for Erfel. And a foul is called, and I think that's going to be the on-ball defender, number 20, Brian Donahue, who picks it up. And Darryl Sterling, the veteran official, confirms just that.
Brian Donahue is the son of Jumpin' John Donahue. Played at Cardinal Doherty, graduated in 1989 in the Catholic League. Also took my sister to the prom.
Is that right?
That's true. He brought the wrong color corsage. I'll never forget it. And he's in the stands. He goes to a lot of games. Big fan of Bob Long Sports. And get this, Bob, my mom's a new subscribee.
I appreciate that.
Ben Salem.
Terrific. I don't understand how you have a story for everything, but I love it. I mean, everything.
We should go golfing sometime.
We have, and we will again. Jaden Jenkins. And we got a whistle here on the floor. That came against Jenkins, and what was that?
So now they have a bench warning on the Vikings, and now delay of game.
So he hit the basketball after he dunked it.
Shouldn't that be a tech if the bench had a warning?
That's a good question. I don't know.
We got to get Aaron back.
We do have to get Aaron back. He was terrific that night, and we're hoping to have some news about when we'll see Aaron next. Just going to leave that as a little tease. Oh, Joey O'Brien. Okabata, they don't close out. Couldn't make him pay. What a follow. All in one motion by Nick Parisi.
I love seeing him get offensive rebounds. He's got one more game here at O.B. O'Brien Court. After this one, leave it all in the court there, Nick.
Braden Erfel gets the hand on it. Give it up. Give it up. Aha! Okabata's right there. He couldn't finish. Everything but for LaSalle, but that's the right read by Hayes Altamare. How about a little momentum shift for Archbishop Wood, huh? Not that time. Caleb Lundy would have put a charge into that Archbishop Wood bench and settled down this crowd.
Spurs might need a timeout here.
Maybe a little rushed, Matt, there from Nick Parisi.
He's expending so much energy here on Silent Night.
It's a good basketball game. This rivalry has really started. Oh, and I got a foul call against Joey O'Brien. Both officials had it. That's his second. The LaSalle faithful wanted a jump ball. Whew, man. We're going to slow this one down. I know our official friends love when we do this. Sorry. But we're going to let the folks at home decide. And I just don't know there, Matt.
They're saying the ref call was his hands coming down. The hands came down onto the ball. So if anything, it was to his body, and he was expecting the hands to hit the wrist. A tough call. Joey's got 2 fouls now.
Yeah, the thing is he does not jump straight up into the air. He's definitely moving into the body of the offensive player. He's not in a legal guarding position at that time. And so they get the call. 1 of 2 from the line. And Ryan Ansel is saying, let's move. You talked about being tired. Nope, they're going to keep running. They're trusting their ability to run up and down the floor, their conditioning. And they think this is how they're going to beat Archbishop Wood here tonight.
It's rare to see Will Bear turn and face the basket.
An offensive foul is called against Will Bear. We're going to go back to our buddy Aaron Hart, who explained this well. If that leg is planted outside of shoulder width and the contact occurs below the waist, that's when you call the foul. If it's torso or above, it's a no call. That's a good call there, as described to us earlier this season by Aaron Hart. Third team foul against LaSalle here this half. Will Bear got a hand on it. Joey O'Brien. Altamare, beautiful look. And Parisi's hammered, count it. And 1.
Credit Hayes A, his main man, for finding him underneath the basket. Great patience, shot fake, got the big guy up, and a chance at a starburst if he makes the free throw.
Now back to your early point about Jaden Jenkins, and would that have been his second foul, a technical foul versus just a warning? He has picked up his second. Now we don't know. John Moscow could have sat him down at that point for the remainder of the quarter, but he has 2 personal fouls. Nick Parisi 3 for 3 from the line here tonight. O'Brien with those 2 personal fouls will sit down for a minute 20. And I understand that, Matt, but it's a very important 80 seconds if you're a LaSalle basketball fan. You lead by 10, you have all the momentum here at home. A stop here and holding for the last feels a lot different than if Archbishop Wood can sneak a couple of 2s in before the break. Jenkins is fouled by Will Bear, and he's picked up his second personal foul.
The fouls are starting to rack up here. It's nothing in the first quarter now. Both teams in the bonus going forward.
You can argue that one there. It's just hard to do it. You're in a tight space. Will Bear's coming in and slapping, and you're either going to get it clean or you're going to get some wrist. Occasionally it'll be clean, but you put the referee in a very good, difficult position at that point, Matt.
I like to say you make it easy for the refs when you reach in there.
That's another way to put it.
Will Bear with great energy in the first half. Credit the senior.
Jaden Jenkins hits them both.
Reminds me of Samuel Dallenberg, the way he shoots the ball over top of his head. Very difficult to block his shot.
20 for 35 coming into the game here tonight on the year. Trying to call a timeout on the bench. They won't do it. Now a held ball situation. It's LaSalle basketball. Can we talk about this rivalry a little bit, Matt? I just don't know that these teams like each other very much. And it started back when Nick Sperano was here for LaSalle, some of the other talented players, Sam Brown on that team. John Moscow was escorted by AD Bob Zanio off the floor at the time. That was a difficult game to officiate, and I don't think either coach was happy that particular night. John wasn't. Last year, I think that game was very intense throughout. LaSalle was nearly there to win that game. Archbishop Wood hung on and won. And I just think the more you get games like this, Matt, the more this rivalry will continue to develop.
I love it. I love the rivalries. Northern Division, Catholic League. The #1 school district that feeds into LaSalle is Doylestown, Bucks County.
Is that right?
So a lot of these kids come from the same.
Beautiful drive there by Nick Parisi. Good find by Hayes Altamare. The off-ball cut is tremendous.
Neighborhood rivalry, if you will.
So now it's back to 10, as it was. Warren and now Lundy. He'll drive. And an offensive foul. That is a late call, but I think the right one. It comes from Darryl Sterling. Now here's the question. Does the basket count? I'm going to guess it does not.
It does not
count. Boy,
count.
that was some light contact there, Matt.
Does not count.
Nobody better at taking him than Hayes Altamare, but I thought that was pretty good body control by Caleb Lundy. 3 seconds left. Erful in and out. And it stays at 10. What a game. We got a good 16 minutes coming up next here on Bob Long Sports. Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back for the 94-foot clutch at halftime.
Show you a better way to spend your state income taxes and get the money to where it's needed to most to the thousands of qualified kids.
What we like about Blocks is they really know where the need is.
This program ensures that their dollars come 100% into these kids for their tuition assistance.
If you are able, Blocks makes the EITC piece go very quickly and very smoothly.
Turn your PA State tax liability into need-based scholarships and receive a 90% tax credit.